Alright, so we're just going to take you through the lights actually on the bike, and there you can see the rear light there. It's attached with a mount, and there's a lot of cords going on. There's a reason for that. Whether that's going to be okay for you or not, that's another question. There's the battery there, but this is the actual button to change the settings of the rear light, which is really handy. It's good having it up front. I don't have to reach up to the back of the stem and mess around with it. And there's the front light battery, and then it will come up to the front light that I've got mounted on my handlebars there. It's a small unit, really compact. The button is easy to press, easy to change settings, and it looks stylish as well. It's not an ugly light. It's a nice red detailing on the side and all that. So in general, a really good setup there. Apart from all the cords that are attached to the rear light, that's the only thing I didn't like about it. Alright, so welcome to the flood test. I've just got the lights set up on my bike inside the garage just to see how well the lights light up and fill the garage with lights. So I mean, I've got a comparison between the Xeccon lights, and here's the front, and as you can see, it does light up the garage pretty well. It's got a focus beam in the center as well. It's a little bit different from the rear. That's the second setting there. It's a bit dimmer, and then we'll have a flash mode coming up next. Quite bright. Again, that focus light there, and then it just dissipates around the sides. But as you can see, it is really effective. Now this will be the rear light. You'll see how it's a bit different from the front. And you can see that there's a less focused center to the light, and just it floods out a lot more, so it's getting a lot more coverage almost right up to the edges there compared to the front. That's the dim setting there, and then we'll have a flash. And yeah, that's pretty crazy, quite hypnotic. It's got two flash modes, and I think here I only showed the fast one, and there's there it goes. And here we have the flood test for a couple of cheaper lights, a Lezine front and a Nog rear light, sub $20, and as you can see, it doesn't put out much light at all. So obviously you're going to get a lot more light from these Xeccon ones, which are obviously done with the Cree LEDs, so they're much brighter. And here's the Thunderbolt. It's a reasonably priced $50 light, USB charged, and as you can see, it does get decent output, but again, it doesn't flood the light as well as the Xeccon there. You can see the dark spots, that's on a low beam, so there really isn't too much coming out of it at all in the low beam. And then we'll head on to the flash. Pretty steady flash. Again, you can see the dark spots there, so the coverage isn't as much compared to the Xeccon. And here's a bit of a ride with the front Xeccon. We've got the strobe again, and you can see in the distance how it lights up the signs really well. And I was actually riding the other day through some roundabouts, and there was a car coming from the other direction, and it stopped about 2 meters short of the giveaway line, and it's because this light was just flooding out the roundabout so well. And here's the rear light. Now you're not going to be able to see much, but you'll be able to see how well it floods behind where I'm riding. See on the ground there, it really makes you stand out. And again, the camera doesn't pick up all the light, but you can see that it does a really good job of making you noticeable to especially other drivers, which is really handy. So we'll just do a quick third person view here of the both Xeccon and front and rear. So that's the front there. It's really bright. It's almost comparable to a car light, really. And you've got the rear there. You can see how it floods out really nicely on the strobe effect.